all you thru hikers, backpackers, tree huggers, and for anyone who just loves to go outside for a walk. This podcast is for you. I'm Yeti Legs, one of your hosts for Yeti Walks Into Basecamp, talking through hiking. Today's episode is going to be the second half of Basecamp, or Marie's trek around the Collegiate Loop, which is a 160-mile trek through the Collegiate peaks of Colorado. We talk a little bit more with her about her experience on the trek, largely as a solo female hiker, especially with all of the horrible weather that she had. We talk about her highs, her lows, some of the things that she would change, and what it was like doing it with Loba, our doggo. We also have a huge update, at least what we think is huge, in our Cottonworld updates, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy the episode. All right, now is the episode.
Hey, Tramley.
Hi, Tramley. How goes it?
Happy Monday.
Happy...
when this releases.
End of February.
Well, we hope that your February has been great. Got any new hiking ideas coming in as spring starts to sprung?
All you hikers, you should already have your PCT permit by now. For the other hikers, though, I don't even think you need an AT permit, do you?
I don't think so.
That shows how little we know about
We don't know much about the AT.
Because we haven't prepped for the AT or the CDT, actually.
Yeah.
So we're still going to do some learning on that. But the PCT, you should have your permit by now.
You should. So if any of you are trying for the PCT this year, we want to know.
Exactly. We would love to know.
Yeah, we want to give you a shout out.
Yeah. And also, we want to welcome you to our podcast, Yeti
Walks Into Basecamp.
We are your hosts.
You forgot talking.
Oh, talking?
Thru.
Hiking. We are your hosts. I am Yeti Legs. I am an ecologist or an ecobiologist, and I love to thru hike with my wife, Basecamp here. Who are you?
Yeah, my name's Basecamp, and I love to thru hike and be outside with Wesley, Yeti Legs, and Loba, our dog. And I am a commercial film producer as well as assistant director.
Bam. So there you have it. We have a short list of thru hikes under our belt.
Which you can find.
Everywhere. But yeah, thanks for listening to our podcast. We're really glad that you're here. Well, this is going to be the second part of our two-part series covering Basecamp's hike of the Collegiate Loop.
Boo-boo.
The 160-mile thru hike that she did by herself with her doggo, Loba. So
mostly by myself.
Mostly by yourself. So we're going to finish up the story where we left off in part one. But do you want to do Drink of the Choice and Cottonworld updates real quick?
Yeah.
We have what is probably the most important Cottonworld update that we'll ever have on this podcast.
Are you ready?
But first, Drink of the Choice.
No, I think we do Cottonworld update because the Drink of the Choice is going to dictate that.
Okay, fine. What's the biggest Cottonworld update?
You want to say it together?
Have? You say it.
No.
Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3. We're having a thru
pregnant.
hiker. We're having a little baby thru hiker.
We are pregnant. By the time this comes out, I will be in second trimester, so I'm close now. But yeah, due in August.
Yeah, we don't know the sex yet.
We don't know the gender. We'll make that announcement. I want to know. So, but yeah, little baby thru hiker. August 2026.
Got to raise a tree hugger.
A tree hugger environmentalist thru hiker.
It's funny. We went and did a hike with one of Marie's cousins recently, and we actually all hugged a tree on that hike, and it was really grounding.
It was amazing.
Wasn't
actually.
it nice?
If you've never hugged a tree, you should go hug a tree.
Like it feels a little warm, and it's very solid and sturdy.
It was just very I don't know. I just felt very at peace.
Yeah.
And very I was being held. Like I was at home.
Yeah. So hug trees. Don't cut them down, please. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we're pregnant and, we have high hopes for taking our little one out on trails, backpacking.
We do.
Doing some 100s and all that good stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
If we have a girl, we're already going to name her Denali. not Mount McKinley, Denali.
Denali.
And if we have a boy, that name is still kind of up for debate.
Wesley said D'Artagnan.
D'Artagnan or Dalmore.
I don't know about Dalmore.
Fine. D'Artagnan. Dart, come here, boy.
Oh my God.
Come here, lad.
Still undecided on the boy name. We'll see. But yes,
we can call him Free Dog.
By the time this releases, we'll already know the gender.
We will.
So
we'll have a name by then.
Maybe we'll put an X. I don't know. Anyway,
I guess we'll find out.
We'll let you guys know in the next episode after this what gender.
We also we are probably in the process of selling the camper van we've been talking about.
Oh, so sad, you guys.
I know, because we need more of a stable situation.
I'm nesting at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a van work.
You can make a van work if you have a bathroom.
Yeah. But
I can't go out peeing 5 times a night.
She cannot.
Into the middle of a campground.
That's been a struggle.
Ass exposed.
Yeah, that has been a struggle for sure. So looking at getting a house, not buying it, just renting it for now. Maybe they'll let us rent to own.
Yeah, it's a beautiful house.
Yeah.
In Idaho Springs. But
in Idaho Springs, Colorado.
Yeah.
So we're still close enough to be able to help all you CDT hikers if you need help.
Yep.
Yep.
We're still close enough. Really, it's CDT.
Yeah.
Not CT as much. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, CT would be a bit of a stretch, but
yeah,
someone was like in dire straits, I guess.
I guess so. I think that's good on the Cottonworld updates.
The only other thing I was going to say is that Lova is wearing the cone of shame.
Oh, you guys, poor Lova. So she has done something to her toenail. I mean, she has really done a new one on it, and it's cracked. It's her back.
Yeah.
One of her back paws. It's a toenail it's cracked, and it looks like it's like almost about to get infected.
Yeah, because she keeps licking it.
Well, we've seen her licking her paw multiple times the last week, and we even went to the vet about it. They couldn't see anything, and then last night I saw it. I saw her toenail and was like, oh crap. Or no, maybe it was this morning. Sorry, this morning.
This morning, yeah.
And so we took a picture, sent it to the vet, and the vet was like, you have got to put a cone on her, because if she keeps licking it, it's going to get infected. And then they were like, and then we're going to have to put her under and rip her toenail.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing. So we're going to try 2 weeks versus 2 months of her in a cone.
Yeah.
And we have drugged her.
Oh, so she's passed out on the only... We are in...
It's a long story.
We are in like a holding place house until we get to the one that we want in Idaho Springs. And so the only piece of furniture we have is an inflatable mattress.
And a chair.
A camp chair and a really comfortable leather chair. And Lova has chosen the really comfortable leather chair. And so the pregnant woman is sitting on the floor.
While our dog sits on the chair behind me.
Jesus.
It's really funny.
Drink of the choice. What are you drinking?
I am drinking in a red wine, you guys. It's a Tempranillo from Spain.
And they're really clever with the name. They called it Win, W-I-N, instead of wine.
It's a win. It tastes like, it does taste like wine, but it tastes, I don't know. I think the thing I love about red wine is the depth of it. And so I want to keep trying some NA red wines and see if I can find one that's like a deep red. But it's not bad.
Yeah, you may really have to look up some of the better ones.
Yeah, like the Syrahs and the Mavoutres.
That way you're not just getting all these mediocre ones at best.
Kind of tastes like grape juice.
Yeah, but that one tastes a lot better than the one that I had.
Really?
It was legitimately, they took like some Welch's and added water to it.
And then they sell it for $10 a bottle.
It was so bad. Yeah.
This one actually has no added grape juice. So they fully just took out the fermentation of the alcohol. And I don't know how they do this, but...
It says alcohol removed.
It says alcohol removed, but it's still fermented.
I'm not sure what that means.
No idea, but they didn't add juice is what it says.
Huh.
No juice added.
Well, good for them.
I know. But we're going to try this out because I've really been craving red wine. Craving it. And I haven't had any, of course, because I can't drink alcohol.
Yeah, that's like one of the downsides. That and sushi.
Oh my gosh.
The sushi thing
This is so sad. I am craving smoked salmon and sushi and red wine And I can't have any. And soft cheeses. I can't have any of this stuff right now.
I know.
It's pretty much a bummer. I can have 2 cups of coffee. That's what I was told.
It's like it makes you detox a lot.
I guess so.
It does.
The baby demands it.
The baby demands it.
Yes.
So yeah, drink of the choice.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a beer over here, actually. It's from what?
No. Go ahead.
It's from crap. What is it?
I don't know. Is it the Pale Ale? Sierra Nevada?
It's called Sierra Nevada. So it's Sierra Nevada. It's called Trail Days, and this is their hazy IPA. Mm-hmm. It's actually not that bad. Think of like a hazy IPA, but remove some of the sweetness and like the booziness, and there you have it. It's still really refreshing, really flavorful. I don't mind it.
I'm really glad that NAs have become like a cool thing because more and more people are creating NA beers, NA wines, NA liquor even, which is wild.
Yeah.
But I'm
That's
really happy
nuts.
about this.
The NA bourbon, I'm
so curious.
There's no way. There's no
like
way
the
it's
burn.
good.
There's no burn.
There
to
can't
it,
be
right?
the burn. No. Not unless they're adding like jalapenos to it.
Maybe that's what they're doing.
I don't know.
I do want to also just state that I did not ask Wesley to not drink alcohol while I am pregnant.
I'm choosing this.
But I had made a comment about all these men at one of my shoots, my film shoots a couple weeks ago. I was like, yeah, we all started talking about, all their wives were pregnant at one point. And they were like, yeah, I started drinking a lot of NAs. So I said something to Wesley about it. He's like, does that mean you want me to stop? I was like, no.
I've still had a little bit.
Yeah.
Because whenever she told me whenever she found out she was pregnant, she was going to buy me a really nice scotch.
Yes.
The scotch is my favorite type of liquor of all time.
And it's a celebration. And for his wedding gift, I bought him a Dalmore 12-year aged scotch.
Yeah.
And so to continue the theme, I bought him a 14-year aged Dalmore scotch.
For the little Denali.
The little babe, the little peanut.
And yeah, we've had a lot of transition going on lately. So I've
had a little bit of scotch.
I've had a little bit of the scotch in the evening to help me calm down.
Yeah, to calm down.
Yeah. But other than that, I've been a good boy. I've been a good lad, I have.
Yeah.
I thank you.
You're welcome.
Giveaway alert.
It's cold outside. And you know what I love?
Being warm.
I love being warm.
Yes, you do. You know what else I love, and I know you love too? Not having a back-breaking load of weight on your back. And you know how you get that?
You know what helps that?
Leve Outdoors.
Because they have a very lightweight, I call them mid layers, that if it's super cold outside, I will mid layer it with my puffy. And Cameron, who actually runs the company and his family, does these epic alpha hoodies. He has a 60, a 90, and a 120. And so all of them are for different types of terrain, weather, and temperatures.
And he also does beanies. He does a hiking sun shirt now. And he's got a super ultra hyper lightweight jacket, which you should go and check out.
Amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
And we have a discount code for them. And so if you go to Leve Outdoors website, you get a discount code of
10% if you plug in Yeti Walks Into Basecamp, all one word, at checkout. Cameron does have a lot of promotions internally as well. So the promos don't stack. So definitely use the one that's going to get you the most discount. But you always have this one to fall back on.
And if you are able to, if there's any comment section or anywhere inside of your shipping order, if you can just let him know that Yeti Legs and Basecamp sent you, we would be greatly appreciative.
To that, we are giving away a little care package from Cameron. Thank you, Cameron, for sponsoring this podcast and our episode. We want to hear what your most interesting animal or wildlife encounter is when on a trail. So shoot us an email with that. If you're the first person to email us that story, you'll be a care package winner, and we will coordinate with you via email, get you the right sizes and everything for that care package. Let's get into your collegiate loop story.
Part 2.
Part 1, we left the listeners off where...
with my messiness of the trail.
Your messiness of the trail. And
there's a lot happening.
It's when I picked you up.
It was a lot happening.
So if you don't remember, in the first part of this, Marie had hiked almost the entirety of the Collegiate Loop, except for the last 40 miles, 50 miles.
I think it was 54 or something.
Where's Cottonwood
like that.
Pass?
I think it's 50 something miles left. Yeah. And we did it in 2 days.
2 days. Yeah.
Was it 2 days or was it 2.5?
It was I think it was less than 50 miles.
I think, no. It was 25, 30, might have been 38 or 40 miles. You're right.
That sounds right. Because we did it in 2 days.
We did it in 2 days.
Yeah. So less than 40 miles.
Yeah. And this last section is the most epic part, I think, of it.
Yeah, but so you only had less than 40 miles. You had done the other 120 rained on you every single day.
Yes.
And I picked you up at Cottonwood Pass.
And I was freezing.
Which is a road that the trail crosses, and you were freezing. It was raining.
I couldn't feel my fingers or toes.
When I picked you up, you were just like a soggy, wet mess.
It was horrible.
So I got you and shoved you in the car. You and Loba.
Yeah.
We went to BV and got you some food.
Eddie Line Brewery and got food and beer,
Line.
and that made just a world of difference. And then Wesley drove us home, and that's where part 1 takes place. Is me pretty much in my raw process of the trail
through the first 120-ish miles.
It was insane though. I think through, because we've lived in Colorado for 5-6 years now, 5 years fully, going on our 6th year now. And
Yeah.
I have never seen just a pounding of rain like that since we've lived here.
Yeah.
I mean, we typically in July will get rain in the afternoon.
It was nasty.
But this was at night. This was in the morning. This was in the afternoon. There's lightning storms every day. It was just weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. And even we talk to people, locals, and they'll be like, oh yeah, that was a strange season. I was like, yeah, I really picked a good time to do the Collegiate Loop.
But before we get into what you did on the last 40-ish of the trail, now that it's 5 months past when you did it, think back to the first 120.
Yeah.
You did it with Loba in the rain during thunderstorms. What is sticking out to you right now when you think about that?
I think what's sticking out, and this is what we do as human beings, right, is we forget all the hard shit and we just remember all the cool shit. And I think what's sticking out is once we would make camp and I would watch the sunset and Loba would just lay there and I would eat my dinner and then we get in the tent and go to sleep. But I think that's what sticks in my mind. There's a couple nights where it hadn't started raining yet. And so I'd eat dinner outside and Loba would just lay there and she'd eat her dinner and it was just quiet. And I think the one that pops up to me is the night before you picked me up. I was in this alpine area and it was just gorgeous. There were pikas everywhere, marmots, and it was just a beautiful spot to be, and no one was up there. And there was a little water, a little creek that still had running water up there.
It had been raining so much, everything should have been a creek.
Everything was wet. So it was just a great spot. I had water. I mean, it was quiet. It was a great campsite and just nestled in between all these cute little bushes in the alpine. And I was just surrounded by this gorgeous vista as I watched the sunset. It was beautiful.
Do you have pictures of all this stuff?
I'm not as good of a picture taker as you, but I'm pretty sure I took a picture of that.
With your janky phone?
Yeah. I hope I did.
I hope so too. 'Cause I want to post some pictures.
It was really beautiful. I should look back and see if I took any. I don't know.
You should.
I definitely took video footage of the next day because I woke up and it was just all of a sudden raining. And the biggest thing about that spot I was in is you do not want to be in that spot because it's super exposed for the next 10 miles.
You don't want to be in that spot when it's raining?
No, because you're in alpine. From where I was to Cottonwood Pass, I think was 8 miles, and it's all exposed up at alpine. And so you don't want to be in a lightning storm or freezing temperatures in cold rain, in those types of, exposures. And so I had planned out, because the weather on my Garmin, I had no cell service. So the weather app on the Garmin had stated that the storm wasn't going to move in until 10 or 11 a.m. So I was trying to get down, and I was going to decide what to do from there. Like, do I keep going and pitch a 10 or something? So my plan was to wake up super early, set my alarm for like 5 o'clock in the morning, get out of that spot and hike out before the storms hit, because another big wave of storms was hitting. And so I wake up, but my alarm never went off. It's like 7 o'clock, and I'm hearing like drizzling on the tent, and I panicked.
That's when I would just go back to sleep.
But I couldn't, because lightning was coming in, and I'm in Alpine. Like, I got to get out of there.
Yeah.
So I literally pack the tent up as fast as I can, and I hightail it onto that Alpine ridge where I call you freaking out because I'm freezing and I'm soaking wet already, and I still have like an hour and a half of hiking left. And I just remember I took a video of that. You can't even see anything around me. All you can hear is, you can barely hear me. All you can hear is the wind. Mm-hmm. And it sucks.
What is the one emotion that comes to mind for the first 120 miles?
Mystery. Good. Yeah.
You don't even need to explain that.
Okay.
I was just curious.
Okay.
Mystery.
Yeah.
Perfect. So the remainder of the trip is 40-ish miles or so.
It's probably even 36, but yeah, it's not a lot.
I picked you up. We went and had a feast. I take you back to the apartment so you could shower and get warm. This is not my story to tell. So what happened after that?
So I took a 0 day, and it was a good thing too, because Loba was exhausted as well. So I think she was really looking forward to having a 0 day. And so we all went to the house or the apartment, and honestly, I just chilled. Like, we did nothing except all I did was eat, put my feet up, sleep. And yeah, I don't know. Like, I was just thinking through, and there was really bad storms the next day too. So, cause I was thinking about going back out on trail the next day, and then I decided against it because the storms were still hitting the next day. So it was one of those things where I just was like, screw it. I'll get back on trail when I get back on trail. Like, but I need to reset my mind and be excited about going out there. And the weather looked great for the next few days after that. It was like sunny and perfect. So I was like, you know what? I want to end this trail on a good note
where you can actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, so that was my choice. And then also I realized in all of this, I was like, you know what? Like, I could finish this trail by myself, but Wesley had like a few days off, and he was able to be there. And I was like, well, he's just going to be chilling at the apartment. So why don't you just join me on the last 2 days and get a taste of the west side of this trail?
She wanted me to carry the tent. That's what it was.
That is not what it was. I was doing just fine. Thank you very much.
No, I believe you. You actually said you were doing really big miles.
Dude, I was doing like 20 plus mile days. And then I did a 25, I think, the day before you picked me up in Cottonwood Pass. It was like a pretty significant, with Alpine. Like, I literally did like, I think 5 to 6 passes that day. But yes, I pushed a 25 miler, I think, the day before you picked me up. And it was 6 to 7 passes, I think. 5 to 7. And I mean, significant passes. I did like over 5,000 feet of gain that day. And so, Loba was crushing it there. I was like, wow, Loba's really good at this. And we were doing good. Like, we were getting in by, I think, about 6 or 7 every day. We were leaving camp. I'd give myself a 12-hour day, because I'd take about an hour lunch break with Loba, and we'd take breaks together too. And the climbing was intense. And so I needed breaks. So I feel like I did a good 12-hour day every day.
That's a long time.
Except for time
on feet.
Except for a day where it was like a 20-mile day or 18 or something. Then it was like a 10-hour day. Sometimes I got out of camp at 9 I think one time I got out of camp at 10,
Boy,
which is not normal.
I don't even know you.
I know, it was weird. But yeah. But the last 2 days, I asked Wesley if he would join me in the last part of the trail. Because I was like, I miss him. And we do this together. And like, sure, I could do it all by myself. But why not do it without him? Like, I can do another trail by myself.
I mean, pull my arm, ask me to go and do a backpacking trip.
And a beautiful part of it, too.
Beautiful area.
Because the next section we were going to be doing was you go from Cottonwood Pass to Lake Ann Pass and then Hope Pass. And we were going to do those back to back, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we did Lake Ann Pass and Hope Pass the same day? No. We set ourselves up for Hope Pass, I thought.
We did. We did not do both in the same
No,
day,
we didn't.
We had wanted to.
We talked about it. But
no, we got over Lake Ann Pass first, and then we camped a little bit below all that.
And we ended up doing like 25 miles. You were tired. You did not want to do 25. And I was like, let's just keep going a little bit further.
I wasn't in shape.
It was great. I was like, there's a great campsite over here.
Whatever.
It was funny.
Don't be shaming me on my podcast.
I'm not shaming you. Our podcast.
Don't be shaming me.
I'm not shaming you.
I know you're not.
Am I shaming you?
No, you're not.
This NA wine's getting to me.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I'm
The less than 0.5% alcohol.
The grape juice.
Yeah, that. It was a really fun little stretch though. Those 2 days. The first day was really packed, and we saw the moose. That was kind of a scary.
This was wild, you guys. I've never been this close to bull moose before.
We drive up to Cottonwood and we start the last 2 days worth of hiking for her through hike, and the grass is crispy, like it's frozen out here.
Frozen.
And this is in August.
It is cold.
And we probably hike for a half mile, and we come across this guy going in the opposite direction of us. He's like, just so you know, there's some bull moose up ahead.
And we had Loba, so
we're like, oh, good.
Yeah.
So we'll leash Loba, but I have my fancy camera, so I'll take some cool pictures.
Wesley's so excited.
I was stoked.
And so we do, sure enough, these two bull moose, and they're huge. They're like, they're so close to us.
Yeah, they're about 200 feet away on the other side of
this like shrubs. Yeah, just shrubs.
They weren't even trees.
Yeah,
I was thinking.
Yeah, and they're staring at us, and we're staring at them. And one of them had its ass up.
Oh yeah, I got a picture of its little moose balls.
It was so funny. One of them staring at us. The other one is down eating something, ass up.
Yeah.
And then it finally sees us because Wesley has stopped and I've stopped, and Loba has stopped. And the good thing for Loba, though, is because there were shrubs, she can't see them.
And they couldn't see her.
And they couldn't see her, but I bet they could smell her.
Oh, yeah. I bet she could smell them.
And she could definitely smell them. And I had Loba on the leash, tied to me. And I was like, all right, I've seen enough. Like the second one pops its head up and is staring at us. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to keep going. Wesley will catch up. He's getting all these great photos of these moose. And next thing I know, like I'm close to getting to the edge of where we kind of round a curve. And next thing I see, the moose closest to me.
The one that had its butt up in the air.
Yes. All of a sudden is starting to bluff charge, like starting to trot towards me and Loba. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's happening? And so I think I said no. Like I turned around, I'm like, no. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to Wesley because power in numbers probably with this thing. And so I go back to Wesley. I'm like, hey, can we go ahead and start going? Like, I don't want to get charged by a moose. He's like, yeah.
That's not a good way to die.
No, not the way I want to die.
I recall seeing a lot of elderly hikers on this stretch of trail.
But a lot of them were doing the CDT.
Really?
Yeah, remember they were coming towards us and we found out they were doing the CDT.
Weren't some of them doing sections of it though?
No, I thought they were literally finishing the trail.
Maybe. But I just remember them being a little bit older. Had you experienced a lot of older hikers on the rest of that trail?
Not really. It was a mixed bag. I mean, I ran into a lot of people doing the CT, and I ran into some people doing the Collegiate loop, but I ran into a lot of ages. Like I ran into people our age. I ran into younger people. I ran into older people. I just ran into a mixed bag of people.
You did run into one younger gal because we came across her just before Lake Ann Pass.
Yes.
And you were like, oh, no.
Yes. So there is one girl that we had run into each other, I think day 3 of the trail, and she was going opposite of me. And we talked for a bit, and it was her first ever hike that she'd ever done. And it was really cool. I was really excited for her. And I was kind of hoping I'd run back into her around the bend, around the curve of the loop. And sure enough, I run back into her. She had just come over Lake Ann Pass, and we were going to Lake Ann Pass. And so it was really cool to get to see her.
What was her name? Did she even have a trail name?
I don't remember.
It's okay. You only saw her like twice.
I just remember what she looked like. She had blonde hair. She was young. She had a big pack.
Did a lot of folks on the trail have big packs from what you remember?
Yes. There were a couple people, though, that I met that had done other trails, like the AT or the PCT.
Well, the CDT hikers wouldn't have had big packs.
But that was what was so weird, though, is the only CDT hikers I ran into, were when we were hiking that day together, and there were 3 of them together.
Yeah.
But they weren't together. They were like kind of paced out, but then they were like, oh, yeah, one of my CDT peeps is behind me.
Oh, the older group.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were about to start that long climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the only CDT hikers that I ran into the whole trail. The rest were CT or Collegiate Loop people.
Yeah.
And they were all younger. I mean, there were a couple older people, but not many.
Was it different and more enjoyable hiking with me on the remainder of your stretch here, or did you on this
it's a slippery slope, babe.
On this first day back, were you like, I kind of wish I had done this by myself to finish it out?
No, I have no regrets you being there. Like, I'm glad you were there. I think it was fun getting to do something by myself and seeing what I could do and what I was capable of. Mm-hmm. I think it was nice to be able to be on my own pace and not feel like, because that's such a struggle for us, is like, I always feel like I'm so slow. But when I'm by myself, it doesn't matter because I have no one to compare it to.
Just Loba's pace.
Yeah, well, Loba typically is pretty good with me. She would just stop and turn around and wait for me.
Girl.
I know. She looks passed out. Is she alive?
She looks very passed out. She is breathing, though.
Oh, she just moved her paw.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm alive. I just can't move.
Did you see her raise her paw?
Yes. Oh, there she is. Okay, I see the flickering of eyes.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I can't remember where we camped this night.
That's what I'm saying. I remember it wonderfully because it was right beside that road that everybody takes to get to the 14ers.
We're by a little creek.
It was beautiful. This. It was like aspen everywhere.
And there was a dad camping with his son.
Yeah, in a car.
In a car.
Close to us because there's this dirt road that you hit right before Hope Pass. And this road is awesome. Like isn't it called Clear Creek Reservoir Road or something?
I think so.
But this road takes you to the Colorado Trail. It takes you to Hope Pass. It takes you to Mount Belford, Oxford, Missouri. It takes you to Mount Plata. And these are all 14ers. It takes you to like a ton of 14ers. This one road does. And so a lot of people will there's like a ton of designated camping areas, just like free off the road camping areas. And so a lot of people will go and they'll camp there before they go and hike a 14er. And it's a great spot. There's all these little fire pit rings that everybody's created. But yeah, it was really cool though, because that's where we camped, was right by that road and right beside a creek. And so we had water. It was a beautiful flat spot surrounded by the aspen.
Yeah, I remember the campsite now.
You remember it?
And it was cozy, and Loba was chasing squirrels, as she does.
And then what the funniest thing was, though, I think Loba was tired because she was laying outside the tent, and next thing we see is a deer just like out there hanging out in the woods, only a couple 100 feet from us, and she didn't budge, and she looked at it.
She did.
I think she was just tired. She's like, no, I'm good.
Giveaway alert. When you're 15 miles into your day and your climb is just getting started, every ounce matters. You need gear that is just as strong as you are without the extra weight. Aardwolf Gear Company crafts intuitive, ultralight accessories for the outdoor enthusiast in you. Using creative design principles and Dyneema composite fabric, they hand make accessories that are durable, waterproof, and designed to withstand the elements you choose. All of their products are cottage made in Flagstaff, Arizona, just a mile from the AZT. From spoon covers to waterproof food bags, Aardwolf gear is made by backpackers for everyone. When Basecamp and I hiked the Arizona Trail in November of last year, we not only cozied our spoons with a little slip cover, but we also put our full-size toothbrushes, not the sawed-off ones, into their little color-coded sleeves so we could tell them apart. We also stuffed our electronics into a waterproof ditty bag and stored our food in a roll-top sack that we knew would keep our food protected from winter condensation without breaking our backs. Every single bit of it was Aardwolf gear. If you go to aardwolfgear.com and plug in the code YETI15, that is YETI15, you can get 15% off of your entire order at checkout. And as a way of saying thank you to the beautiful world that inspires their work through Earth Day, which is April 22nd, Aardwolf Gear will be donating 10% of all profits from their new green-colored items to Conservation Legacy. That's a nonprofit organization working to support the next generation of conservation leaders. If you'd like to try out one of their trowel bags, you can snag one free of charge if you're the first person to shoot an email over to Yeti Walks Into Basecamp at gmail.com with a story. We want to know what the heaviest backpack is that you have ever carried out into the natures. Be the first to send us that story, and we'll reach out to you via email to get you that free trowel bag from Aardwolf Gear. Thank you, Aardwolf, for sponsoring this podcast and this episode. Yo, we went through a lot of different Colorado terrain this day.
It was very cool.
Like we started up at Cottonwood Pass in pure alpine, where you have grass, shrubs, you got some forbs, and then you have mountains and sky. You go down into conifer forest, kind of patchy here and there, and that's where we saw the moose around the willows and the other shrubs. Then we went through deep conifer and mixed conifer forest with some aspen mixed in, and then we end in the aspen forest. Like we've gone down in elevation, so you're seeing all these different changes. So you get the epic views, especially whenever you're going over Lake Ann Pass, and then to kind of be like nestled and cozy in the forest at night. It was really nice. Lake Ann
was really beautiful.
Yeah, and it was also packed.
You think it was? I don't think it was packed. I mean, there was like a few tents.
Yeah, there were like 3 or 4 tents, and they were in the good spots.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we could have found an area to pitch, but we would have been.
It would have only been like 13 miles, I think, that day. We still had it was only 2:00 by that point.
We needed to make some miles.
It definitely was. It was tempting for sure. Was. And do you remember we ran into these guys up at the top of Lake Ann Pass? It was like a dad and 2 sons, I would guess, but I don't know if they were sons, but maybe it was a friend and a son. But we caught them up at the top. And that's what was also, y'all, for me, who feels like a slow hiker, I felt very validated on this trail because I passed a lot of people.
I know that made you feel powerful.
It did. But these 2 guys, I think their dad, we saw them all taking a picture at the top, and we almost had caught them at the top. Well, we catch them at the top of the climb. But the dad went ahead and started going down, and the 2 younger guys were still up there. And we get to talking to them, and I can't remember. They asked us, I guess, where we were going that night. And we're like, oh, we've probably got another 10 miles or so. And they were like, what? They're like, wait, where did you start? And we were like, oh, at Cottonwood Pass. And they're like, where's that? And we're like, oh, like 13 miles ago. And they thought we were crazy because they were only going to do like 6 miles that day.
You're looking at me for affirmation right now.
You don't remember any of this?
I kind of remember this.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. They were only going to do like 6 or 8 miles maybe that day. And they were going to camp down, like they were going to camp a little bit further down from there. They were like, oh, well, we're about to call it a day. Mm-hmm. It was like 2:00.
And you're saying this because they were calling you badass and like impressed.
It was just funny. I just got a chuckle out of it because it was just really cute. It was like, I had not thought at that point that like what we were doing was a big deal, if that makes sense. But to them, they were like, that's insane. Like, that's a big deal. And we're like, but that's just what we would do.
Yeah, we're used to that type of distance.
Right. But no, it was just really cute. And they were like, oh yeah, we're just going to do another 2 miles or something. And we were like, that's awesome. Like, enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, good for them. Get outside. Just pick up your trash.
Yeah, but they were doing a section hike of the CT as well. It was their first ever, and they were super excited. And it was just really, I don't know, it just made me feel warm and fuzzy. I was like, yay, like there's people out here experiencing the trail.
She needs words of affirmation to feel like she's done a good job. I don't think you've ever said that on this podcast.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm a very competitive person, you guys.
She is.
It's probably why, if you pick up on any elitism, it's because I'm very proud of the fact that I work fucking hard to do what I do. And that's just in all of my life. Like, I work really hard to like, and this isn't a good thing, but I want to be the best at everything I do. And so if I'm not, I like don't like it, then there's a problem. And so something I'm always working through in my life. But through hiking and running, I'm actually not really good at. I'm really slow at it. And that's why I do it, because I typically growing up, if I wasn't good at something, I wouldn't do it and I would quit. And I just remember someone encouraging me and saying, you need to do stuff that you're not good at, because you need to know that you're loved even though you're not good at it.
Yeah.
That like you're still worthy of love and belonging. So that's why I started running. Yeah. Ultra running, doing races, and then through hiking feels like a race when you're out there with people passing you. To me, it felt like a race. So
it kind of is.
I hated being passed. I hated it. And that's something clearly I have to work through in my life. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm constantly getting better at it. But it was nice to like get to just be on this trail, and then we're talking to these people that are new hikers, and they're getting to do this thing that they've been wanting to do, this backpacking trip. And then they meet us, and they're like, just the admiration in their eyes, the respect of like, whoa. Mm-hmm. It's like, I want them to know they can do it too. It's that idea of like, yeah, I don't know. It's just something of, hey. I
asked you if you were looking for affirmation because it seemed like something that meant a lot to you. And now I'm understanding it does, because you're like talking about it for a while.
Yeah,
you're unpacking it. Okay, keep going.
I'm psychologically unpacking it.
Keep going.
But yeah, I think also something that I've known and learned about myself is that I like to achieve and I like to be the best at stuff, but I also want to bring people into it, and I want people to grow and learn and be the best that they can at it too. And so when I cross a threshold and I grow, I experience it and I tell people about it, because I want people to know they can also do it. If you can do some shit, I can do some shit.
Those are famous words from a even more famous human being. If you can do some shit, I can do some shit.
So if I can do 20, 25 miles, anyone can. That's what I mean by that, is like, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at it. Most people, but I'm just not good at it. I struggle. I really struggle.
Yeah.
I mean, you see me out there. I'm like crying, or I'm like huffing and puffing as I'm climbing, and I got to take a break, and I'm like, good Lord, like my lungs are struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it'd be hard out here in Colorado. That elevation is no joke, especially when you got asthma.
It's painful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we got up and over Lake Ann Pass. It was beautiful. Got some great pictures with Loba and us. Yeah. Like, these are like family pictures. We should have made them a Christmas picture, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they're so cute.
I think we can still make them a Christmas picture this year. Well, I guess we'll just have
the baby. So we'll have to add the baby into a Christmas picture. We'll go hike Hope Pass with the baby and Loba, and
I'll just
make a Christmas picture.
I'll Photoshop the baby in that picture.
Hell no, we gonna do it. What are you talking about?
We won't have time to hike Hope Pass with the baby whenever it gets here, though.
In October? If there's no snow yet.
If there's no snow, but you'll still be torn asunder.
No, I won't.
You'll need to heal.
We'll see. Okay.
Last day on the Collegiate Loop. Tell me about it. What do you remember?
I remember that we started pretty much climbing Hope Pass a couple miles after we woke up.
We did. And we had a bunch of people like, oh, you're going to have a hard hike ahead of you. Then
oh, that's a really hard climb. And it is. I don't want to. Hope Pass is like a gnarly pass. And this is.
Let me rephrase that. It's a fucking hard climb.
It is a fucking hard climb.
It is a hard climb.
And this climb, to give all of you perspective, is the Leadville 100. So if you've heard of the Leadville 100, you start in Leadville and then you run to Hope Pass and you climb Hope Pass from one side, not the side we did this time, but the other side, which is harder than this part of the climb, in my opinion. And it's a really long, just steep climb. You get up over Hope Pass. You go down Hope Pass. This is in the Leadville 100. You go down Hope Pass. You have an aid station down there because there's a road. Remember the road that I mentioned? And then you have to turn back around and you climb back up Hope Pass. And you're already at like 50 miles at this point or past that.
That's a sadist who came up with this
It
phrase.
is so painful. And so we are climbing that part of the Leadville 100, the part that you're climbing back up to get over and back to Leadville. So
you gotta hope that you can get to the top of Hope Pass. What a dad joke. I'm practicing.
He's practicing.
Yeah.
I will say we've done Hope Pass before. We actually climbed
the other way,
the other side of Hope Pass, and it is disgustingly hard.
It's a lot longer.
Out of all of the climbs we've ever done, that's definitely in my top 5. It's hard.
I still hate Pincho Pass in the Sierra Nevadas.
You do. I didn't mind Pincho at all.
Well, we were doing it in several feet of snow, and it was like mashed potatoes. So
it was not fun.
Yeah.
But this is just a hard climb, period. Like the climb, how long it is to get up to the damn pass. Like it's gnarly. It's a long climb. And I hate long climbs. I'd rather just get it over with. So
it wasn't cold and rainy. It was hot and sunny.
It was hot and sunny.
Yep. We were sweating balls.
Man, it was. And I will say about the side of Hope Pass that we did this time on the Collegiate Loop, it is steeper. I think it's steeper.
It's definitely steeper
than the other side
because it's a shorter climb.
Because it's shorter. It's only like 2 miles or 2.5 miles. Right? It's pretty short.
It's like 2 and change.
Yeah, it's not that long. But it's like super, super steep. But at least you're like getting it over quicker than waiting 8 miles to get it done.
Yeah, I'd rather get the paint over quicker than not.
Right. And so the climb was hard, but it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
How was it for you?
I thought the climb was not nearly as bad as the downhill. The downhill was just like steep and it's crunch.
Long.
Yeah, it's crunching your toes into the front of your ultras. And to make it worse, there was this like super, super fit, athletic looking CDT hiker.
I don't think he was CDT. I think maybe CT.
He was something. But
he was very clean.
This guy he was clean. He had a perfect pack and he was climbing Hope Pass without a trekking pole.
Without trekking poles. And he had a backpack full.
Yep.
He was powering up that thing like he had no backpack.
I was like, I remember those days when I could have done that.
Well, Wesley thought he was CDT because he was powering up so fast. Like you don't typically see someone power up that like that.
No, he was trucking.
But he looked way too clean to be CDT in my opinion. Maybe. Way too clean. He had no dirt on him.
It's true. There's a group of people at the top of Hope Pass.
Yes.
Weren't they with some school or something?
Yeah, they were a school. So apparently there's a school in Twin Lakes, Leadville area, and it's for teenagers.
Huh.
And they take them out in the outdoors.
Well, there you go.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, they were up there hanging out in Loba, of course. Everyone loves Loba. And Loba loves everyone. And so Loba is just in her element, getting pet by all these people. All these teenagers are petting her and loving on her. Mm-hmm. It was cute.
Oh, sweet Loba.
I know.
Everybody loves Loba.
Yeah. But that downhill was long to me. It was one of those things where it's like, once you are finished getting down Hope Pass, you're actually almost to the end of the Collegiate Loop.
If you started at Twin Lakes.
Yeah. So you're so close. You're so close. And And so I am just like, we're going down. I'm like, my God, this thing is taking forever.
It did.
And finally we got down to
the burn scar,
the level part. And what begins to happen is it turns you into the interlocking. So the interlocking is actually where I started the entire trail. And the way I decided to go was east first and then west on the loop. And you can choose to do either. A lot of people do west and then east. But because of the storms, I decided to do east first so that I had tree coverage.
Smart.
Thank goodness I did, because a lot of people I ran into going west first told me it was absolutely terrifying.
And miserable.
Can you imagine just being in alpine terrain and lightning storms? I'd just cry.
We've been there.
It's terrifying.
It's not fun.
No, but for days I'd be like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But we got down. So the interlocking, when you start the trail, since I decided to go east, it's not as far. It's like a couple miles from when you start in the parking lot to the east side of the loop start. So from the west side, it's another 4 miles, I think, to the parking lot, 4 or 5. It's like significant difference, I'd say, in those things. But we got dumped onto the interlocking and then just do-si-doed back to the parking lot.
Do-si-doed.
It was quite anticlimactic.
Yeah.
No terminus.
No. But I do remember the burn scar was a lot larger than I thought it was.
It was big.
Yeah. And then whenever we hiked the CT as well, I got another view of it. And you'd already hiked this on the Collegiate Loop. But it's freaking massive.
It's really sad.
I don't even know how many acres. I haven't looked it up. But yeah, started by a person camping out at the interlocking area. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, they didn't put out their fire well.
No. So please put out your fire well.
Yeah, if you're going to do a fire, please make sure it's put all the way out.
Yeah.
That's the one request that we have of people who live here in Colorado with our beautiful trees.
Or who visit.
Yeah.
The Jolly Gear motto is where fun meets functional, and the owner, Jolly, truly wears that motto on his sleeve. Blending the comfort of a button-down with the sun protection of a sun shirt, Jolly Gear creates tops and dresses that dries quickly and offers antimicrobial properties. With color patterns like disco, leopard, kaleidoscope, pool party, and trail madness, you can expect only the most epic of double takes when walking by hikers on a trail with your Jolly Gear on. When we hiked the PCT in 2022, we made it to Burney Falls only to have our sun shirts literally dissolving on our bodies. We reached out to Jolly and, free of charge, he expedited 2 matching Casa Orange sun shirts to us in Redmond, California. We finished the trail in those shirts and still have them to this day. Marie especially loved the ponytail hole in the back of the hood that allowed for sun protection without discomfort. Crafted by a thru hiker for anyone who loves to go for a walk outside, check out jollygear.com to outfit your next hike with some high personality sun protection where fun meets functional. So anticlimactic finish. There's no terminus to get to. I just got a picture of you by like a sign that says CDT, CT.
This way.
It doesn't even say Collegiate Loop.
No, and I wonder if the Collegiate Loop, as it gets bigger, I wonder if they'll like find a place to put a terminus or a sign.
Yeah. Because
it is getting bigger. I mean, I met a good bit of people doing it. And then remember we met that older couple starting it when we were finishing it. Mm-hmm. Do you remember them? They had all like hyper light.
I do.
Matching equipment.
I do.
They were so excited to start.
Dropped several grand on that
I was like,
rig.
Yeah, I was like, oh, just you wait.
Yeah.
Hopefully the weather was better for them.
What was your best poop on this trail? Or you could say worst, either or.
I didn't really have a worst or best. They were just all there.
Just what they were, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I had great spots to poop. Like when it was hitting, it was either right at camp, so I'd go and find a spot.
Oh, you're lucky.
I got really lucky. I mean, typically on trail, my bowels, if I'm like in a thru hike mode, they like to poop in the morning typically, or they just hit me and they're ready to go. But all the times that I had to go, like it was in good spots with good tree coverage. Mm-hmm. I was able to, and then also I found that there are a lot of pit privies on this trail.
Colorado be bougie.
Yeah. And so I was able to poop in pit privies a lot too.
That must have been nice.
It was very nice.
It wasn't the way on the Colorado Trail, but there were still more pit privies than other trails have had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe I only pooped outside like 3 times the entire time.
Huh. That's interesting.
I think. I'm trying to think of the alpine times.
The alpine times?
I might have been so scared of the lightning that I just never pooped out there.
If you're having to think this hard, they're not important.
See, exactly. I don't remember.
Did you have any really weird or scary moments with Loba?
What do you mean by that?
Weird or scary moments with Loba?
Like something that happened?
With Loba in like specifically?
She always stayed with me. She never ran off. There was one time when we were on the east side and we were about to get to camp.
The moose?
And then, Loba started going nuts. And whenever she smells something like a deer or a moose or something, she starts doing this like zigzag smell thing. And she just like goes over to the right. And then she goes over to the left. And then she goes over to the right. And she just goes crazy. And she started doing that like not even half a mile from where we were going to camp that night.
Yeah.
And she kind of disappeared into the trees a little bit to my right. So I called her back and she came back, and then we kept hiking on the trail, and we got to camp and 2 guys were there. 3 guys were there, and they were like, "Did you see the moose?" And I was like, "No." And there were 2. It was a bull and it was a female, and he was in rutting season. He was following her around like he was in heat.
Was he jacked?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see them. They showed me pictures. But right. Loba was going straight for them, apparently.
Of course she was.
In the woods.
Of course she was.
Because the guys are like, oh, yeah, they literally went that way. And they're probably going to come back tonight. I don't know why, but they did come back. I don't know what it is about moose. Do they like to go back to the same places?
They could have just come back to that area.
Because there is water. There was water really close to us.
Look,
but
the guy's not thinking straight. He's just chasing,
But the female came back. Female.
Maybe she wanted help from y'all.
She's like, help me.
Or it could have been
following her around.
Yeah.
And he's making noises, grunting noises.
Of the entire trail, what is one thing you would change that you did? Your start date?
Yeah, my start date. Yeah, that's, I think, of the biggest things. Honestly, having that long, like 8 days straight of just pure rain, lightning, cold. I mean, my tent was soaked every morning when I packed it up. I got into a rhythm of, it would rain at night. And where I was camping too, the soil was just kind of sticking, like it wasn't melting. It wasn't dissolving into the soil. The rain wasn't. And so it was like
percolating into the soil.
Percolating. Okay.
Yeah.
Percolating into the soil. And so it was like getting underneath the tent. So every morning I would wake up and the tent's just soaked everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I would pack up freezing cold with wet hands, and that's not good for me. And I'd have to wait for an opening in the sun, and then I would dry out the tent. Like this just happened almost every single day. And so that, my start day is what I would have changed.
Huh. I figured. Did you have any absolute breakdowns?
That day that you came and picked me up, I took that video. You can't hear me hardly because the wind is so loud, but I'm just up there crying and I'm like, what have I done? Like, why am I up here? And this fucking sucks. Like, because it was freezing and the wind is just knocking me over as I'm up on this ridge in the Alpine, and I can't see a damn thing. I can barely see Loba in front of me. And that's when I had a breakdown. I hadn't had a breakdown yet. I'd just been like, just pressing on and like continuing on. But that's when I was like, that just cracked me.
Oh,
I know.
Oh, I wish I could have been there to give you a hug.
Oh, it's okay.
What was your highest of highs? It could have been that campsite, right?
I think that day was my high, because getting to do all of those passes in one day and getting to see all of this terrain and all these climbs too, like, It was really beautiful. It was really beautiful. And it was a hard day, but it was such a rewarding day.
Well, each climb offers a new view. Even if it's of the same stuff, it's a different angle.
Yeah. It was really cool.
I like that. Now, imagine you are looking out into an audience and I snap my fingers and every guy in the audience, their pants fall off. So they run out of the room. So the only females are left in the audience.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to set up the visual. Only females are left in the audience. The guys lost their pants. They all ran out. So you're looking at an audience of just females. What would you say to that audience of just females about going out and doing a longer hike as a female, with or without a dog? But what bit of advice would you give to them that you learned from this experience?
I think I would say do it. Like, just go out and try to do like 160-mile collegiate loop is a perfect one to start on, because it's enough where you've got bailout points, you've got towns, you've got people, you've got all this you got a sustaining trail that's already the Colorado Trail. So you meet people on the trail.
Yeah.
And I think if you have any fears or reservations about bears, about other men, potentially, the fear of other men, I won't say that it doesn't happen, but like, it's so rare that it would happen. And you meet people on the trail. And so you can go hike with another female if you want. Typically, like,
the weird altercations with guys are more likely to happen in towns.
Yeah. It's not out in the woods. And with bears, like, I was scared out there too, that a bear, like, there were a couple of nights I didn't sleep well, and I literally would hold the bear spray in my hand while I was sleeping, because for some reason I was just so scared a bear was going to come into my campsite one night. Like, stuff like that happens on trail, and you just work through it. But I think if you're thinking about trying a backpacking trip or trying to do something by yourself, do it. Like, figure out the gear, start small if you want, do the collegiate loop, do a section hike, and see if you like it. Because I think section hiking is fine, but I also think like doing 160 miles, that's about 8 to 10 days out there. And so it gives you a really good perspective on if you really like this or not.
Yeah.
And also I think you will love it, because you fall in love with the quiet, nature. You fall in love with getting to go to towns and gorging yourself and eating burgers and beers, drinking beer. Like, there's just a lovely feeling, I think, as a female, where you're like, wow, I worked really hard to just pump my body full of calories.
Yeah, and 160 miles is no joke. I wouldn't say go and gorge yourself in every single town on a 160-mile hike, because you might keep some of that around the waist, but like, it's really rewarding.
I disagree.
You think?
I disagree, because you're burning so many calories out there. And 8 to 10 days is averaging 20 miles a day almost. Like, you're averaging 18 a day, and that's without a zero.
Yeah.
So you're burning like 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day.
I was just really cautious with that. Like, on the PCT, whenever we got to Julian, I don't even think I ate like a bunch of sweets. I didn't eat sweets until the Sierras.
I know, like 900 miles in is when Wesley finally was like, I guess I'll have a pastry. I was like, what is wrong with you?
Look, both my parents have diabetes, so I'm just very cautious about it. I get it. But like, you're just burning so many calories out there. And it's the one time where you look at that cupcake and you go, man, I really want that cupcake. But in like this world, the Cottonworld, you're like, I can't eat that cupcake, because my body will it will stick like glue to my body. Like glue.
Whereas if you're doing a through hike, that's going to burn off.
Yeah.
So eat that cupcake.
Eat that damn
Enjoy
cupcake.
that cupcake.
You, girl, boy, you eat that cupcake.
You eat that cupcake. So yeah, I would just say,
make love to that cupcake.
I would say just try it. And also, if you're nervous about this, you have escape plans. Like, if you're like a night out there by yourself or 2 nights out there by yourself, then it's okay. You can get out. Like, you can be like, I just cannot do this right. Like, it's not working for me.
Another thing, join a Facebook group for this trail or another trail that you're wanting to do, And maybe you can collaborate with another person. That way you're not out there hiking alone. You can go ahead and like pre-meet somebody to be your tramily.
I was going to say also, like, if you have a sister or a best friend or someone that you're like, hey, do you want to take a week and a half off of work or 2 weeks off of work? Like, there you go.
Yeah, because that's a doable amount of time to take off.
I think 2 weeks is good for most people. I was trying to push myself on that one. Like, I just wanted to push myself. And also I had a full day of hiking. So I was like, well, I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's all preference to people, what they want to do. Some people want to camp at 3 or 4. I wanted to camp around 7 or 8 because the sun wouldn't go down till 9. And so, I mean, I'd say 2 weeks is pretty good for that trail.
Okay. Is there anything else that you wanted to say or unpack about your time out there?
I'd like to do it again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
By yourself?
I don't know. Maybe with us, maybe with the kiddo.
With Amber?
Maybe with Amber, but the kiddo maybe too.
Just not in the rainstorms.
No. We'd have to have a little umbrella attached to the kid or something.
I don't even know how you would navigate that.
We'd have to figure it out. I mean,
the kid would just be soaked.
We're going to have to figure it out. No, the kid will have to hide under a poncho or something. But because they can't get soaked because then they could get sick.
I know. But
it actually would be kind of cool maybe to do that with our kid.
Yeah, it's not a bad one to try out.
I think so. It's a good one. And it's a lot of climbing. That trail is a lot of climbing.
Do you remember the gain?
No. I mean, if I had my Far Out app.
Don't worry about it. Everyone can look it up.
It's a lot of gain. Hang on.
But it's a lot of gain. Yeah.
But yeah, I have nothing else to say, I think.
We'll try and do it with our kiddo one day.
Yeah, it's a lot of gain. That's all it's 160 miles of a lot of gain.
And half of it is from Hope Pass. No, not really.
Half of it is from the east side, actually.
Yeah, the east side has some really just rude climbs.
Yeah, everybody talks about the west side. West side's beautiful and stunning. East side's not. But
the climbs are just as steep.
I think the east side climbs are worse than the west side climbs.
With no reward?
Nope.
I know.
So yeah. But I guess that concludes my Collegiate Loop hike.
That concludes your Collegiate Loop hike? Another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Yep. Continuous footpath it.
I did.
You did not skip it.
I did not.
Well done. Well done. Everybody give her a round of applause. Well, we actually recently heard back from someone who, oddly enough, we inspired to hike the PCT. I didn't know we were inspiring people, but I'm glad to hear that. His name is Free Dog, a.k.a. Dustin is his real name. If you want to read this off real quick.
Yeah, I'll do it. All right. So this is from Dustin, a.k.a. Free Dog. He said, Yeti Legs and Basecamp. I just finished your PCT ending episode and wanted to drop you both a line. Thank you for sharing your story and inspiring others to seek adventure. I contacted you early last year and you offered me some kind words of wisdom and encouraged me to do the PCT. Fast forward to the fall and I secured an early April permit. The stress and excitement began to set in for real. I started the trail April 2nd as an insecure green through hiker. 128 days later, I touched the northern terminus on August 7th, feeling so empowered and strong. It was the most epic adventure. Your ending episode took me back and was very relatable with the emotions that come with finishing the trail. Thanks for taking the time sharing your whole story. Attached is a picture of Rock Pass, headed to the terminus. I couldn't imagine being surrounded by fires racing to the end. I got very lucky this year and pushed hard once in NorCal, knowing I was racing against fire season. Good luck on future adventures. Hope to cross paths on the trail someday.
Oh,
happy trails, Dustin, a.k.a. Free Dog.
And he did. He sent a picture of the Rock Pass area just before the northern terminus, and it was not on fire. Can you imagine that? But
you could see the fire. The
you
scars.
could definitely see some of the scarring.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he in Rock Pass. You need to go back and listen to our last episode to understand what that means.
Episode 75.
Yeah, but we have an entire very intense episode about our ending, and it's a beautiful one. It's a sad one.
Yeah.
It's a hard one, but
yeah,
go take a listen to that.
Yeah. So following our first episode of the year called Community Mindset, Ditching Through Hiking Elitism, we got a comment from one of our listeners. His name is David Carr. He's actually, emailed us quite a few times since we started the podcast. So David, thank you for taking the time to compose emails. We really appreciate it. And anyone who takes the time to send us an email or a message on social media, that's what keeps us going and creating episodes on the podcast. So that means a lot. I wanted to read David's email here, and I wanted to unpack it a little bit and kind of expand on it. And I think this is something that we can both do. So this is what David said. He said, "Hi, thanks for your latest episodes. For a minute, I thought maybe you had stopped for good. I really appreciated hearing the last of your PCT episodes. I started listening to you in May 2024, and never knowing how your PCT journey ended kind of left a weird void in my heart. I'm sure that sounds just as weird to hear as it feels for me to say. When I started episode 1, I had a couple of 50 to 80 mile hikes under my belt, but nothing more than that. Since then, you inspired me to complete the TMB, the Camino de Santiago, both in 24, the Te Aurora, and the PCT in 2025. And now I'm prepping the Inca Trail, the W Trek, and the Fitzroy in 2026, and I'm halfway through my planning for the CDT in 2027. Man, he's already got it planned out, doesn't he? You guys are inspiring, and you have inspired me. To be honest, some of your episodes did expose a healthy dose of elitism, and I think you know that, and I'm proud of you for addressing it and growing as we all do. It makes me like you even more. If I were king, I'd make the hiker motto, don't judge, right up there just as important as L and T. I didn't realize elitism was a problem in the hiking community until I was well into the TA, or the Te Aurora, and was faced with some really gnarly, dangerous, ugly, and wholly uninspiring road walks. I'm talking about walking 100 miles along a highway with no shoulder and being passed by semi-trucks going 65 miles per hour, literally 18 inches from my elbow. Just the wind turbulence coming off the back of these trucks was enough to turn my backpack into a sail and almost knock me over. Seeing no aesthetic, athletic, or scenic benefit in these road walks and having a healthy belief that life's too short, I hitchhiked a few of the road walks and quickly learned how many purists there are on trail when they judged me for not completing what they called EFI, or every fucking inch of Te Aurora. Good thing my personality type doesn't give two farts, I love that, about other people's opinions about my hike. But that didn't stop me from enduring a lot of criticism, judgment, and awkward moments, none of which helped endear me to that particular hiking community or the experience I was living through. Ultimately, I finished the TA in 113 days, and I feel just fine about what I accomplished. No purist can take that away from me, even if my journey looked a little different from theirs. Likewise, I finished the PCT in 155 days, but again, I wasn't a purist, and what I skipped and why I skipped will remain between me and myself. I feel no need to explain myself or my hike to anyone else, and you don't. The vibe in the PCT community felt very different to me, however, in a good way. I can't remember a single time when anybody asked or cared if I was a purist, maintained a continuous footpath, or how many miles I typically crushed per day. They didn't ask and I didn't tell. I felt connection, acceptance, shared experience, and community, but never any judgment. Hearing your initial comments about all the losers who skipped miles by choice or by force was a little jarring to me because I had never heard anything like that on the trail myself. I get why the valedictorian in high school resents sitting next to someone who got all C's but yet holds the same diploma as them. I also get why you resent hikers who skipped miles when you achieved a continuous footpath. But someone else could easily diminish you because you didn't hike all of the exact PCT route when you took a big road walk alternate in Oregon to get around a fire closure. Does this make your achievement invalid until you go back into the future and repeat the section? No, of course not. They have no right to judge you, and you have no reason to ever feel judged. I honestly think the biggest disconnect between elitists and everyone else is that they twist something people do into something people are. Wesley made a comment about how when you got to Canada, he felt like he could finally call himself a thru hiker, and that people who didn't complete a continuous footpath probably shouldn't. I don't know if that's what you actually said, but that's what I heard/felt. He made it sound like being a thru hiker was now his identity. I'm not a bad golfer or a good driver or a thru hiker or a college graduate or a scoutmaster or a world traveler. None of these things are my identity. They're just things I do or have done from time to time. Well, I didn't intend to write a book for you or preach a sermon, but look how long this message got. I really just wanted to say thank you for sharing your lives with us out here. Best wishes with us out here. Sorry. Best wishes for a very happy and successful 2026. Wow.
I have one thing I need to clear up.
Go for it.
I've never, ever called people losers who have skipped or broken their footpath. He says in there that that's kind of what we're referring to, or that we've said losers. We've never said losers. I've never called anyone a loser.
I actually don't know if I've used that word in a podcast episode.
So I just want to clarify. Losers is not a word I would use with anyone. I don't think anyone's a loser, even if they skipped 100 miles on the trail. No one's a loser. The second thing I want to clear up is that when I get frustrated about people breaking their footpath, it's when I know they have and I see them on social media posting and acting like they did the entire trail. And they say, I just hiked 2,653 miles when I know that they skipped 100 miles. That to me feels like, or it is, lying to the rest of the world. So just to clear up, people can skip for whatever reason, but when you put on social media that you did something, and I know for a fact that you did not, I get crazy about that stuff. So that's where I think I probably get more upset about the whole breaking the footpath thing or not continuing your footpath. I just want to clear that up for me.
No, and definitely. I think the guy, we all hopefully have heard of the guy who would sit in porta-johns or toilets during races. And then he would win. And he would pop back out and he would win.
Yeah, well did he get arrested for that? I don't know.
He had all of his medals revoked or whatever. Yeah. I don't know if he was arrested, but I think personally for me, that's kind of what I feel when someone I know did not complete the trail is saying that they did complete the trail. And I think part of that for me is like what Marie said, or Basecamp said, it's the lying component. If you didn't complete the whole trail, you didn't complete the whole trail. If you chose to skip just because you didn't want to do a section, like that's your choice. If you chose to skip because something was very, it was a health hazard or it's a safety risk for you, I respect the fuck out of that, because that's how you live to hike another day, is not by risking your health or risking your life just to say that you hiked some silly stretch of trail. So I respect the heck out of that. But whenever you do these long trails, whenever you finish them, you can reach out to the trail agency, the governing body, and for a lot of them, you can get a certificate saying that you completed the trail. Well, whenever I've done the CT and the PCT for both of those, you have to verify and acknowledge, hey, I am, by checking this box or by signing this thing, I am acknowledging that I hiked the entirety of this trail. Well, in our case, we couldn't hike the Lion's Head closure because it was closed due to governing agencies, and it was also tribal land. And
they were revoking people's permits if you were trying to at that point when we were doing it. Yeah.
So we did the best that we could with the time and the routes that we had. And so we did a road walk to get to, what was it? What was that trailhead? The Frog's Head?
Frog Lake Trailhead.
Frog Lake Trailhead. And whenever we reached Canada, I called myself a thru hiker at that point. And whenever we'd finished the trail, we got back and I checked that box and said, I hiked the entirety of the PCT that I could, in parentheses, or in my head is what I was thinking. But to tell you right now, we have not hiked the entirety of the PCT because we haven't hiked the Lion's Head closure. We maintained a continuous footpath on that attempt for the PCT, but we physically could not hike the whole thing then. And other hikers have experienced the same thing. And one day I would like to go back and do the Lion's Head closure. And then I would be able to say I hiked the entire length of the PCT. But I mean, there are situations out there that make each thru hike different. You can't always hike the entire red line of the Far Out app, or sometimes you take alternates because they're way more scenic or they're safer, depending on when you do the trails. So it's really a he said, she said, like word of mouth type of scenario. And if you lie on the certificates for getting your through hiker completion, you lie on them. It's the piece of paper. It's not going to get you, a job offer. But, it's the word of mouth situation. And I think whenever I said that I could call myself a through hiker, I still feel the same way. It's my opinion, and I can think however I want to. But I also do not have to impress that like rationale on other people. And that is definitely something that I would say I have done in the past. And that is the unhealthy component to the elitism that we've been talking about, is taking our ideologies and expecting other people to adhere to those as well.
That's all I'm going to say about that. But thank you, David, for your letter. And I appreciate the honesty and the authenticity in that too. And I'm really thankful that we've been able to inspire you, and you are going to surpass us, good sir, in the world of through hiking very soon. So I think it's amazing, all of these incredible hikes and journeys and adventures you've been on, and you've really like bit the bug and gone for it. And so it's really commendable. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, really sorry you had that kind of cruddy experience on the TA. That sucks. And I would like to say to all the through hikers, it made you feel incompetent or like you hadn't done this awesome achievement, that they should just hush their mouths and let you hike your own hike, just like they should be able to go and hike their own hike and do whatever they want. But again, that's part of the hiker elitism that we're trying to address and diminish a little bit, even if it's just in our world and our community and our podcast, because we're trying to make people feel more included in just being outside and trying to hike. And if you didn't walk the 10 feet across the road on one of your through hikes and someone's going to say that you didn't finish that trail, well, fuck them. Honestly. I mean, that's what I think. Even though whenever we hiked the PCT, I was that guy. I went to the other side of the road and walked back just to say that I could do it.
Yeah, just to say that he kept his footpath. Yeah,
and that's unhealthy. That is unhealthy. So that's what I have to say about that. Keep on doing your hikes. Best of luck on the CDT in 27. And we're here in Colorado if you need some assistance. So just reach out to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, David. Also, what's your trail name?
Oh, yeah.
I want to know that. And with that, just want to say a huge thank you to the Fire Went Lost for our intro and our outro music. We appreciate it. The song is called Appalachian Trail. Huge thanks to our editors and our team here at Yeti Walks Into Basecamp. We love and appreciate all of you.
And if you want to reach out to us, if you have any epic stories on trail, any epic hiking stories, any scary hiking stories, or scary backpacking stories, through hiking stories, please email us at yetiwalksintobasecamp@gmail.com.
Yeah, we would love to read them and talk through them like we did with David's email that he sent us. Thanks again, David, for sending that.
Yep. Yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Please like and subscribe. Leave us a review. And we will see you next time.
So we just encourage you to get outside, explore, and want to protect the natural resources and the lands that we have. And no matter what trail you're hiking, just remember that at the end of the day, we're all just out there walking. Hey everyone, Yeti Legs here. We just wanted to let you know that here at Yeti Walks Into Basecamp, we do not use AI for any of our editing, recording, social media, or image generation. Everything is done by hand by our team, and that's how we want it to stay. The use of AI has detrimental effects on our environment, and we want no part of it. So we hope you enjoyed this episode that was hand edited by our team with talent and integrity.